Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
This was a failure for one individual police officer. It had nothing to do with our policies. Our policies did not allow that. Our training does not teach that. So this was a fail for one particular police officer.
A former San Antonio police officer now facing 2 counts of aggravated assault by a public servant. We'll tell you why the case is not being turned over to the district attorney just yet.
And an argument ends with a man shooting another with a shotgun overnight. What San Antonio police are saying about the man's condition this morning.
And taking a live look out at the Alamo City, 73 degrees to start your, what is it, Wednesday? What's your Wednesday morning?
Already.
Justin Oren joining us. Have your full forecast in just a few moments. But for now, good morning. It is Wednesday. Thank you so much for starting your morning with us. I joked on Twitter. Obviously, I'm in for Mark. I think he's celebrating his dad's 80th
birthday.
So happy birthday, the original Mr. Austin.
Yes, happy birthday. I think he'll be traveling today to go visit him in North Carolina. So, wishing you a safe trip as well.
All right. So, Justin, the weather in North Carolina got to be less humid over there.
Oh, I'm sure.
I would imagine so. The humidity has poured in this morning. You can feel it outside, and it's resulted in a lot of cloud cover. So we're going to start off overcast today, but we're waiting on a frontal boundary. That slides through tonight. It does bring some changes. And as we look at the weather headlines here, this is what we have to look forward to today. First off, overcast, guys, and it is going to be hot. We've got a hot stretch ahead. There are a lot of 90s on the 7-day forecast. I'll just warn you right now. We get our first front tonight. That means lower humidity, but it's still hot as we head into Thursday. Then our second front heads our way early next week. This one's much better, I promise. It brings cooler temperatures. It brings rain. It's a good-looking forecast into next week. We just got to get through this stretch of hot weather. As we look at the temperatures right now, 74 degrees at the airport. Dew point is at 69. South-southeasterly winds at about 5 miles per hour. And most of us are in the 70s this morning. 74 New Braunfels, 72 Hondo, 72 Katua. There are some 60s in the hill country to start. And closer look here around town, we've got mid-70s. The cloud cover, the humidity is really keeping temperatures up this morning. So we're cloudy through about 10 o'clock. Then you start to see the sun, and we go mostly sunny in the afternoon. And look at these temperatures, 93 for a high today. Not only that, it's a little more humid. It's going to feel like summer today. We get that drier air tonight. We'll talk more about that front. We've got a tropical storm in the Gulf of Mexico. And that second front, the rain chances, what do they look like? More on that in just a bit, guys.
Thank you, Justin. New this morning, San Antonio police tell us an argument escalating to gunfire. One man shot with a shotgun. So take a look. This is the 7,000 block of Oval Meadow. That's on the northeast side near Converse. Police on the scene saying 2 men were arguing over something at the home. One of them went inside the house, got a shotgun, and shot the other in the stomach. That shooter detained without incident. The victim taken to the hospital in an ambulance. No other injuries reported.
This morning, former San Antonio police officer James Brennan is now facing 2 counts of aggravated assault by a public servant, one for each of the people in the car the night of the shooting at a McDonald's. Now, that includes a 17-year-old who was not injured and a 17-year-old Eric Cantu who is still on life support. Body cam video shows Brennan approach Cantu's car. He opens the door and shoots at the teen at least 10 times as Cantu reversed and tried to drive away. Now, police fired Brennan for 2 days after the shooting, and now he is in custody after he turned himself in.
This was a failure for one individual police officer. It had nothing to do with our policies. Our policies did not allow that. Our training does not teach that. So this was a fail for one particular police officer.
And Chief McManus explains this is still an open investigation. It's not clear when it will wrap up. For that reason, it has not been given to the district attorney, who would turn it over to a grand jury.
2 people arrested in Kerrville, but their alleged crimes, well, they go beyond state lines. So take a look. Police in Kerrville stopping 2 people yesterday. Turns out they're suspected in several burglaries in nearby Hayes County, as well as burglaries in the state of Virginia. And this is what police found inside the vehicle the suspects were in. Officers seizing meth, $20,000 in cash, along with stolen checks and 2 loaded handguns. Investigators say one of those guns stolen out of Virginia, along with several savings bonds and bank account numbers from the same area. So these are the suspects: 32-year-old Cecilia Ann Kiefer, 26-year-old Aubrey Dale Fryer II. They are right now in Kerr County Jail. Fryer is from Spring Branch. In Florida today, a jury will begin deciding whether the gunman in the 2018 school shooting rampage in Parkland, Florida, will face the death penalty.
ABC's Andrea Fujii has the closing arguments from both sides.
This morning, the fate of the Parkland, Florida school shooter is in the hands of a jury as the prosecution asks for death.
It's unrelentlessly cruel.
The appropriate sentence for Nicholas Cruz is the death penalty.
Closing arguments were heard yesterday in the trial of Nicholas Cruz, who pleaded guilty to shooting and killing 17 people, 14 students and 3 teachers on Valentine's Day 2018 at his former school, Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High. The prosecutor insisting that execution is the only appropriate punishment for Cruz, describing him as a cold-blooded killer, hunting in the hallways for victims with an AR-15.
Fires a third shot, and as she runs, he shoots her and severs her spinal cord.
And reminding the jury of Cruz's plan, recorded before the murders.
Going to be the next school shooter of 2018.
The defense asking instead for a life sentence, calling Cruz, now 24, broken, suffering from a brain disorder caused by his biological mother's heavy drinking while pregnant, and claiming he did not get the care he needed from his adoptive mother.
Do we kill brain-damaged, mentally ill, broken people?
The defense claiming Cruz took responsibility for his actions by pleading guilty.
Sentencing Nicholas to life is the right thing to do.
The jury will be sequestered once deliberations begin today. All 12 jurors must agree in order for Cruz to be sentenced to death. Andrea Fujii, ABC News, New York.
President Joe Biden and some lawmakers threatening to punish Saudi Arabia for supporting oil production cuts. So the regime, part of OPEC Plus, they say they're going to slash 2 million barrels a day starting next month. Now, this comes along with other members of OPEC Plus. Now, Democratic Senators Richard Blumenthal and Ro Khanna, they've announced a bill that would stop all United States arms sales to Saudi Arabia for just 1 year. The U.S. and other countries could suffer economic blowback due to the oil production cuts. And of course, we could see more expensive energy prices.
Former Dallas Cowboys player and Georgia Senate candidate Herschel Walker acknowledges that he now knows the identity of the woman accusing him of reimbursing her for the cost of an abortion procedure more than a decade ago. However, he says he has not spoken to the ex-girlfriend since the news broke. Walker has called for a total ban on abortion. His campaign says that the woman is lying. Multiple news organizations report she showed them a receipt from the clinic. A $700 check, she says, is from Walker, along with a get well card from him. In a new report, the woman tells the Washington Post she had to press Walker to pay for that abortion. And the woman tells the New York Times Walker later urged her to have a second abortion when she became pregnant again, but she says she refused.
Time now, 4:38, 73 degrees out.
And we finally get to say this with enthusiasm for the very first time this preseason. Go Spurs, go! We're going to have some highlights from last night's win over the Utah Jazz.
And let's take a live look out at the roadways. Stephen Cavazos is in the building. Look at that. Not too many people out and about. It is 4:38 on a Wednesday morning, so if anything pops up, obviously Stephen will have everything you need to know.
And a quick look out there with live cam. Things pretty calm this morning at 73 degrees, but we're not in the 60s anymore. We'll be checking in with Justin later on.
Good morning and welcome back. So take a look, the final road game of the preseason for the Spurs last night, taking on the Jazz in Utah. And look who was back with a happy birthday. Boom. Keldon Johnson turning just 23 years old, back after, remember, dislocating his right shoulder last month. Already looks ready for the regular season. Got in the lane for the bucket, behind the arc. I mean, he just looked fantastic. Looked like Keldon that we know and love. Scored 3 of his 10 first quarter points. And of course, we saw Josh Primo making his preseason debut. He had a beautiful crossover in the paint. He had it to fall. And the Spurs were up 13 after 1. I mean, we saw Jakob Poeltl. We know him. And then here we go again. I mean, that's my guy. That's Devin Vassell. He looked fantastic. He's going to be the star of the season, from my take. Just saying. The team managed to get their first preseason win of the preseason, obviously. So I believe they're 1-4 now. Spurs win 111-104, and my guy Devin Vassell finishing with a team-high 24 points. Spurs return home tomorrow, hosting the Oklahoma City Thunder. Spurs officially opened their 50th regular season right here in San Antonio next Wednesday, October 19th, hosting the Charlotte Hornets.
Pro football coverage powered by Davis Law Firm.
All right, so if you're not ready to talk about basketball, don't worry, we got lots of football to talk about. The Cowboys facing arguably their biggest challenge of the season, headed to Philadelphia, trying to become the first team this season to beat the Eagles. Remember, the Eagles are 5-0. Cowboys will be 4.5-point underdogs. You remember what happened this past weekend. Cowboys were 5.5-point underdogs to the Super Bowl reigning champs, Los Angeles Rams. Head coach Mike McCarthy responded, "We are nobody's underdog," and his team responded well against the Rams, but many feel the Cowboys, well, their doomsday defense and Dak Prescott, they're going to need Dak to return if they have a shot at beating Philadelphia. Cowboys owner Jerry Jones provided his update on the star quarterback during his weekly radio show.
He's certainly doing the kinds of things medically that you want to do. That is the indications, the x-rays, all of that, having tremendous improvement. But can he spin the ball? We know Dak Prescott can play, and we know he'll be ready to play the minute he gets a chance to go in the game. Can he spin the ball? We'll see.
So I know another big injury people are monitoring, Micah Parsons. He had his groin injury. He was able to fight through it against Rams. He had 2 sacks. I mean, he's just unbelievable. Jerry Jones says they're going to see how he's able to work out later today, but they expect Micah will be ready to play against the Eagles. Again, big rivalry. Kickoff set for 7:15 Sunday night in Philadelphia. We got Sunday Night Football. But first, we got playoffs. Houston Astros hosting the Seattle Mariners in Game 1 of the ALDS last night. Houston down 7-3, bottom of the 8th. Alex Bregman on the plate, 1 man on, and he sends over the pitch, left field wall, and Houston a little life going into 9th. And there we go. Alvarez has a chance to be the hero. 2 men on for Alvarez. Comes through with a walk-off 3-run home run. Houston pulling off the improbable comeback, taking Game 1, 8-7. And how about some high school water polo? Boys water polo teams begin their first playoff run last night. Clark facing Canyon, battle the Cougars. Clark jumps out into early lead. Evan Crowley spins center. Cole Fox first past the keeper, 3-0 lead. A few plays later, they strike again. Tristan Clark leading the break. Finding Crowley, puts one, bang. There it is again. Clark cruising to a big win, 34-4 playoff opener. And next, 2 teams in the water. Alamo Heights taking on Marshall. Rams get on the board first. Reed Rinchie gaining possession after a foul, lobbing it over the goalkeeper for the opening goal. Mules answer back. Vance Matthews ricocheting off the goalpost right to Derek Montoya, stuffing it in, and a 5-goal run. Mules win it 19-5. So we got lots of playoffs. We have football. We even got a little bit of Spurs, so there's so much going on, Stephanie.
There is. I was going to say, that looks so difficult, water polo.
I would drown. It's so impressive just to see these kids do this.
Yeah.
Time now, 4:45, 73 degrees out.
And coming up next, the case made famous by the podcast Serial is now concluding with a bombshell ending. Welcome back. It's 4:48. Prosecutors have dropped all charges against a man whose case was made famous by the popular Serial podcast. ABC's Andrew Dimbert has the details in today's GMA First Look.
In this morning's GMA First Look, the case made famous by the podcast Serial now concluding with a bombshell ending. All charges dropped against the man who spent 23 years in prison, Adnan Syed.
This is a prepaid call from
Adnan Syed.
Interviewed on a prison phone, always maintaining his innocence for the 1999 murder of his high school ex-girlfriend, Hae Min Lee.
I mean, no way. I had absolutely nothing to do with Hae's murder.
He got his first taste of freedom last month when a judge overturned his murder conviction after a year-long investigation revealed 2 other possible suspects and accusations that former prosecutors withheld crucial evidence. He'd been on house arrest ever since.
He is elated. He is joyful.
And coming up at 7 a.m., George Stephanopoulos goes one-on-one with the state's attorney for Baltimore City, Marilyn Mosby, in a live interview. With your GMA First Look, I'm Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
And here at home, a quick look at the roads with Trans Guide looking over at Loop 1604 at FM 78. Things are very quiet this morning.
Yeah, I got nothing to add to that. I was waiting for a car.
Wait for it.
Well, there's one.
We had one.
There's a couple on the other side. Yeah.
Fantastic. So I got to say, Justin, I thought we were kind of out of the woodwork with the mid-90s and the humidity, and it doesn't look that way.
No, we can still get those kind of temperatures this time of year. In fact, in 2020, we got up to 97 on this day. We're not going to quite be there but we'll be close this afternoon. As we look outside, you can see all the clouds. The clouds have rolled in due to the humidity. We're getting that good flow now coming in from the southeast and the Gulf of Mexico. 74 and cloudy, dew point at 69 and climbing. South-southeasterly winds at 5 miles per hour. You see the numbers. It's a warm morning. 74 in New Braunfels, 72 in Hondo, 64 Uvalde, 74 here in town. In most places in Bexar County, sitting in the low 70s this morning. We probably don't get much cooler than what you see right there, and that's because of the dew points, which have now climbed into the 70s in several spots. That puts us in the oppressive category. It's been a while since it's been this humid, but I will tell you it's a one-day thing because we get a front tonight, wipes away all the humidity, at least briefly, and we get some drier air by tomorrow. Here's the dew point trend today. So we start off close to the oppressive category, and then by the afternoon, dew points fall off some, but we're still in the humid category. And then our front comes through, and the dew points plummet by tonight into tomorrow. So as we look at the KSAT 12-hour forecast, if you're planning out your day, cloudy to start. Then we start to lose some of the clouds. 10 o'clock, we go mostly sunny in the afternoon. Temperatures make it all the way up to 93. That is not a typo. That is well above average, and we'll get some south to southwesterly winds anywhere from 5 to 10 miles per hour. What about rain with this front? Don't expect much. This is the scene at noontime. The sky's clear. And then our front starts to pull into the hill country by this evening. And then by midnight, probably moving through San Antonio. This model shows little to nothing. We've got maybe a shower, so we're going to put in a 10% chance of rain. Then behind it, we've got the drier air moving in. Dew points fall into the 50s and eventually 40s by, say, 6 p.m. Thursday. So that's the payoff with this front. Still going to be hot, though, Thursday and Friday and Saturday, for that matter. We do start to see moisture to come back late Friday, and then by Saturday, Sunday, humidity is back in play. Then we start talking about our next front, and this is the front you're going to like. So by Sunday evening, that front is moving through Texas. Quite a bit of rain up across North Texas. And then as it slides into our neck of the woods on Monday, decent rain chances, showers and storms. And we'll get some cooler air in here too. In fact, highs will be potentially in the 70s Monday and Tuesday. That sounds really nice. Rain chances are as high as 40% on Monday. And as we get closer, if everything pans out the way it's looking, we may get to raise those chances a little bit. That's the hope. Very, very quickly, we have Tropical Storm Carl in the Gulf of Mexico. Winds are at 40 miles per hour. We're not going to worry about this one. It moves south into Mexico. All those fronts coming through just deflected south. Won't have an impact on South Texas. 92 Thursday, 92 Friday, 92 Saturday. So there's the heat. 89 Sunday, some showers late, and then a 40% chance of rain Monday, 79. How about this, guys? Clearing skies, 75, mostly sunny by Tuesday afternoon with some northerly winds.
That is perfect because we need the rain desperately.
Yeah.
We do.
And 75 and sunny, come on.
Best of both worlds.
Yes.
Yes.
We like that. Can't wait till next week.
Me.
Thank you, Justin. 4:53, 73 degrees out.
And coming up next, Hollywood and the world remembering Angela Lansbury, how some of her fellow actors are paying tribute.
Welcome back. Angela Lansbury being remembered around the world, and Wolverine actor Hugh Jackman celebrating birthday.
For the latest on what's happening in Hollywood, here's ABC's Jason Nathanson.
Tributes pouring into Angela Lansbury, the stage and screen star who died in her sleep Tuesday. Actress Kristen Chenoweth thanking Lansbury for her art and wisdom. Star Trek's George Takei referencing Lansbury's Beauty and the Beast character, writing our beloved Mrs. Potts will sing lullabies to us now from the stars. Angela Lansbury was 96.
Let me guess, it's Romeo Montague, isn't it?
Everyone knows the story of Romeo and Juliet, but what about Romeo's first love, Rosalind? She's mentioned in Shakespeare's play, but the new movie Rosalind invents much more of her story.
Who wants to buy us some drinks?
One of the film's stars, Minnie Driver, tells me if you're not familiar with the character, don't sweat it.
She had no impact on the play. Like, I charge anybody to say that anyone remembers Rosalind. You have to look pretty carefully for her. I feel a bit guilty, though, because I did study a lot of Shakespeare, and I don't remember Rosalind at all.
Learn all about Rosalind, who's played by Caitlin Dever, Friday when the film starts streaming on Hulu.
It's in the garbage bags. They're the clippings from the yard.
Move over Bridgerton. Netflix's Jeffrey Dahmer series is now its second most watched English language show, knocking the soapy Regency drama into third place. Season 4 of Stranger Things still holds on to the top spot. And happy birthday, Hugh Jackman. The once and future Wolverine is 54 today. And that's what's happening in Hollywood. I'm Jason Nathanson, ABC News, Los Angeles.
I mean, he just looks fantastic.
Yeah, he does. I'm surprised he's 54.
Oh, goals. Time now, just about 4:58, 73 degrees out.
The city of Uvalde now facing a new lawsuit. What city officials are saying about it and how it relates to the independent investigation into the Uvalde Police Department.
And as the war in Ukraine continues, hear why President Joe Biden says he does not believe Russia will resort to using a tactical nuclear weapon.
And a quick look at the roads with TransGuide, looking at that same shot out there at Loop 1604 at FM 78. Very quiet there. Okay, a little more activity here at Highway 281 in Hildebrand. We're going to be checking in with our Stephen Cavazos very soon.
Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
So this was a special meeting we were at last night. Uvalde CISD moving forward with plans to build a new elementary school. We're going to tell you about this special meeting held behind closed doors.
President Biden delivering a warning against Vladimir Putin's nuclear threats. I'm ABC's Jay O'Brien. That plus the request from Ukraine's leader coming up.
And taking a look outside with live cam this morning, we're starting at 73 degrees, no longer the mornings in the 60s.
Good morning, and thank you so much for starting your day with us. It is Wednesday, and it is 73 degrees, but it's almost misconceiving because it's humid. You walk out and you just hit this wall of humidity.
I know, it's not that cool morning that, we've been getting used to, but I guess things are going to heat up all around, Justin.
Yeah, temperatures will make their way into the 90s today, so it is going to feel a lot more like summer, and this humidity is around for about a day, and then we lose it tonight with a frontal boundary. There's quite a bit going on in the 7-day forecast, in fact, but if you're heading out to the bus stop this morning, overcast and humid, 64 degrees to start, and then we'll be up around 93 once we get out of school today. It's going to be very hot, mostly sunny, southerly winds anywhere from 5 to 10 miles per hour. And again, that humidity starts to go away as we get into tonight. So that's the good news. Right now, 72 degrees at the airport, 70 in Rock Springs, or 64 Rock Springs, 70 in Kerrville, 65 Uvalde, 71 down in Katua. A warm morning because of the cloud cover, because of the humidity. We're starting off in the low to mid 70s here in San Antonio. If you missed the pollen count yesterday, it's still ragweed leading the way. We are in the thick of ragweed season. And by the way, that continues to about November. Once we get that first freeze, ragweed typically goes away. We still have mold and pigweed showing up too. Both of those are in the low category. So as we mentioned, we've got some warm temperatures headed our way today, some changes early next week. This is good news, some good rain chances. We'll explain all about that coming up in just a bit. But your traffic authority, Stephen Cavazos, joins us this morning. How are things looking right now?
Pretty quiet. We had some quiet shots there at TransGuide, Justin, but let's get another look around town. I-10 to Hildebrand doesn't look too bad, but we do have a few folks out there this early in the morning getting the day started with us. Take a look there at 35 at 410. We had that shot at 1604 at FM 78. Yeah, we had probably about a few drivers out there, but it does look like the commute is pretty busy in other spots around town. Thankfully, no issues to report this early, but remember, yesterday started off the same way. Then we had a few crashes that popped up, as well as that mulch fire off of I-35 as you head toward New Braunfels. But we take you to the map, and really the big discussion that we're going to be talking about today is going to be these active road closures. And you see that we have a few more that popped up on our map as opposed to what we saw yesterday. So we're going to have more of that in just a second. But let's check out those travel times, because the destination here to the Alamo City doesn't look too bad at all. 29 minutes, still pretty green on I-10 westbound if you're heading in from Seguin. A little more than half an hour usual drive time for our friends in Laverdia, 87 northbound, and about half an hour for our friends down in Floresville. So no worries, no delays, things look fine. And dandy back here on TransGuide 281 at 410 by the airport. There's that lonely shot at 1604, but we'll watch the roads closely and have those update on road closures in the next few minutes. Max?
Thank you, Stephen. New this morning, 2 people able to escape a fire that started in their apartment. So it all happened last night around 10 o'clock. This is the 1100 block of Fenfield Avenue. That's the southwest side. Fire officials say a pregnant woman and a man were inside the apartment when they heard a pop. They went outside, found the side of the wall on fire. Officials on the scene telling us the apartment is a total loss. Arson investigators called to the scene, but so far, fire investigators believe the fire was accidental. Luckily, no injuries have been reported.
A man and his stepson will have their murder cases tried together starting later today. 61-year-old Williams Blankenship and 25-year-old Lane Wooten are accused of the murder of Josh Fowler back in December 2020. Wooten's mother, who is Blankenship's wife, Jennifer Blankenship, was also arrested for the crime but has chosen to have her case tried separately. Fowler was visiting a home in the 6800 block of Loop 1604 East when he was shot. Fowler was rushed to a hospital where he later died. The murder trial for Williams, Blankenship, and Wooten will be tried in the 226th District Court by presiding Judge Velia Mesa. If found guilty, both are facing up to life in prison.
Uvalde City Council says the city is now involved in a lawsuit. The interim mayor reading a statement by the city's attorney when council returned from executive session last night. Zamora says the city cannot comment on the specifics of the lawsuit or speak directly with families about it. It did share, though, that the independent investigation in the Uvalde Police Department is ongoing with no expected end date.
The city continues the operations of the police department to ensure the public safety of all citizens of Uvalde and cannot speak at this time on specific personnel matters in the police department.
He did go on to say the city is committed to getting the investigation done quickly and accurately.
And meanwhile, plans are moving forward for a new elementary school in Uvalde. The Community Advisory Committee helping to design the new school met with retiring Superintendent Dr. Hal Harrell behind closed doors last night. At Monday night's school board meeting, some of the committee members spoke about their experience visiting 3 Austin area schools for insight. They are working with architecture firm Huckabee, who is in designing and constructing the new campus. The next step will come November 1st when the committee will preview the board presentation of program and conceptual design.
They do not know our community. This is where the committee can give input to ensure that our new school represents the culture and values of Uvalde.
That committee is made up of 29 members. Some work for the district, some are parents, community members, and the Uvalde Police Chief. Ken Mueller is on the list of members. We have been told the presentation was made before Mueller's suspension and early retirement announcement last week.
To the war in Ukraine, President Joe Biden now says he does not believe Vladimir Putin will use nuclear weapons.
And as ABC's Jay O'Brien reports, it comes as Ukraine's president pleads with world leaders for more air defense systems for his country.
This morning, President Biden now saying he does not think Russian President Vladimir Putin will use nuclear weapons on the battlefield in Ukraine, telling CNN,
I don't think he will. I think he is a rational actor who's miscalculated significantly.
But warned that Putin's threats could lead to catastrophic mistakes, telling a fundraiser last week, we have not faced the prospect of Armageddon since Kennedy and the Cuban Missile Crisis.
And the whole point I was making was it could lead to just a horrible outcome. And not because anybody intends to turn it into a world war or anything, but it just, once you use a nuclear weapon, the mistakes that can be made, the miscalculations, who knows what would happen.
It comes after the president and other G7 leaders participated in an emergency virtual meeting. Hearing from Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, who pleaded for more air defense systems to help establish an air shield over his country. Zelensky's appeal following 2 days of Russian missile attacks on Ukrainian cities, killing civilians. Other missiles knocking out power in the city of Lviv, shops and restaurants operating in the dark. In the Ukrainian capital Kyiv, where missiles struck at the heart of the city Monday, even hitting a playground, people shaken but undeterred. This woman saying they continue to attack us, they keep scaring us. We will resist. Yesterday, the White House said they were open to Zelensky's request for more air defense systems. At least 26 Ukrainians have died so far from those 2 days of Russian missile attacks. Jay O'Brien, ABC News, Washington.
Time now 5:09, 73 degrees out.
And TikTok taking on Amazon, the new tactic the social media giant is using to put a dent in Amazon's online sales.
And a mother accused of murdering her own child set to return to court today. What prosecutors are saying about her claims that she never physically hurt her daughter.
And taking a look outside with live cam, we are calm right now at 73 degrees. Looking to hit the 90s today. Not so fun for October, but good news for next week. We'll be checking in with Justin pretty soon.
Welcome back. Testimony scheduled to continue today at the Bexar County Courthouse for a mother accused of murdering her own child.
An interrogation video between Jessica Briones and police investigator was played yesterday during the second day of the trial. That interrogation happened the same day Briones said she found her 4-year-old daughter unresponsive and the child was pronounced dead. Now, Briones told investigators the last time she took her daughter to the doctor was just when she was 18 months old. That is despite the injuries the child suffered in the past. Months before her daughter's death, Briones told detectives the young girl hit her head and was bleeding.
All over. Wow, yeah. So much of it. I just put my hand, put pressure.
Now, Briones says she didn't take her daughter to the doctor that day because it was too late and buses weren't available. She maintains she never physically hurt her daughter.
Time now just about 5:14, 73 degrees out.
And are you ready to get to the next generation virtual reality? We're going to tell you how much the MetaQuest Pro VR headset will set you back.
Plus, a first look at a new feature that lets you try on and buy Halloween costumes virtually.
Attention, all Marines and family members who served, lived, or worked at Camp Lejeune, North Carolina. If you or someone you love has been diagnosed with cancer, Parkinson's disease, or any of these serious health issues, you may now qualify for significant financial compensation. A new law gives Marines and family members the opportunity to receive justice for their illnesses caused by toxic water exposure at Camp Lejeune. Call Liberty Legal now. It costs you nothing if you don't win.
Call 800-690-3808.
It's nothing.
Sounds like something.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Pepto-Bismol coats and soothes for fast relief when you need it most.
Think Dad's searching doggy diet plans for Josie? No, he's switching his choice cashback category to home improvement, so he earns more on a new doggy door, extra large.
With the Bank of America customized cash rewards card, you just can't stop getting rewarded.
In today's Tech Bites, it looks like TikTok is trying to give Amazon a run for its money. The social media platform is delving deeper into e-commerce. Axios says TikTok appears to be working to build its own product fulfillment centers right here in the U.S. with delivery and return options. Meta is showing off its new high-end headset. It comes equipped with high-res sensors, eye tracking, and natural facial expressions to help your avatar look more like you. The cost? $1,500. And finally, Snapchat's new AR experience lets you try on Halloween costumes directly within the app. The costumes are based on movies or TV shows. You take a few photos of yourself, select possible costumes before seeing yourself in them. If you like a costume, you can buy it through the app. For some reason, I couldn't get it to work. I think it was my resting witch face. Those are your Tech Bites. Have a great day.
It's just well done.
Wow.
Well played. So, I'm not on TikTok, I'm not on Snapchat, and I'm not paying $1,500 for virtual reality. I don't mean to be like the curmudgeon of the morning.
No, I'm with you there. That's a lot of money. Yeah. Maybe, if we got a sample set here.
Oh,
that'd be fun to play.
Try to do a story with it. All right. So speaking of Halloween, Steven, have you started thinking of a Halloween costume?
Well, would you try on the virtual Halloween costume? Is that what we're talking about?
Yes, that I would. That looks fun.
Yeah, cool. It does. I was Pinocchio a few years ago, so
that's fun.
Yeah, need to figure out what this year will have in store. But right now, if you are heading out the door, let's see what you have in store for the roadways, because right now US 90 at Nogalitos getting busier out there. So these are those areas that we know are prone to just a lot more traffic, but 281 right by the airport actually looks pretty quiet back here in town. Thankfully, no issues at this point. We take you right to the map, and as I mentioned, we do have a lot of those active road closures, so just make sure you plan your commute ahead of time. This is something I mentioned a few days ago. I want to get a chance to bring it up again. Utility work that is taking place right there along Lock Hill Selma Road. I actually drove by some of those cones over the weekend, but just watch out there because it's been ongoing since Sunday, October 2nd. Part of that should wrap up on Friday, October 14th. It is overnight, so we'll just watch out for the crews. 8 in the evening to 5 in the morning is when you can expect those TxDOT crews out there, so just give them plenty of room to get the work done. Alternating lane closures in both directions right there at the Wurzbach Parkway intersection, a pretty busy spot in town. But if you want to know what else you can need a plan for, grab your phones, open the QR code, open your camera app and scan that QR code. That's going to take you directly to the KSAT traffic page and has a full list of all the current closures there. Guys.
All right. Thank you, Stephen. What about you, Justin? Have you started plotting for Halloween yet?
Well, you know, you said you're the curmudgeon.
Yeah.
No, that would be me. I don't dress up for Halloween. It's too expensive.
Oh.
No,
it's only once a year.
Well, I love watching the kids dress up.
It's fun.
I was Waldo one year.
Nice.
Oh, nice. That's a good costume.
You could find me. I was
6'4", really giving it away.
Yeah, wasn't hiding from anybody. The forecast fire danger kicks in tomorrow. We do want to point this out. Gusty winds, dry air arrives with a frontal boundary. And you see these areas up and down I-35. That's where we could see a higher fire danger because we get some gustier winds. And so that's something we'll have to watch out for. Yes, it is humid right now, but the drier air works in tonight behind a frontal boundary. So let's look at the dew point trend here. Pretty humid this morning. We see the dew points drop off a little bit later today. You're still going to feel it. It's still going to be humid. Then that front comes through and the dry air arrives later tonight into tomorrow morning. Let's go outside for you. Cloudy skies, 74 degrees at the airport. Dew point is at 69, southerly winds at about 7 miles per hour. And we're in the 70s in most spots. Added humidity, added cloud covers, keeping temperatures up this morning. 64 Rock Springs, 70 in Del Rio, and we've got 71 right now in Gonzales. Around Bexar County, mostly low to mid 70s here in town. As far as high temperatures today, it gets awful warm. 93 degrees here in town. That's not a record, by the way. The record is 97, but we'll be in range. 93 down in Somerset, 92 Hondo, 91 the high in Bandera today. So it's a hot day all the way around. And as you look at the current temperatures across the state, we've got 60s and 70s, but the panhandle is starting to see some 50s. So there's our front. You go north, temperatures are quite a bit colder. 35 right now in Casper, 36 Denver, 49 in Bismarck. So this isn't just a terribly cold air mass, but it is cooler. We don't feel the cooler temperatures. All we get out of this is the drier air. So let's look at the forecast here. By noontime today, any morning cloudiness burns off. Then by late in the day, still mostly sunny. We're keeping rain chances at 0. As the front moves in, and I think this happens around midnight, we could see a 10% chance of rain. And I mean 1 or 2 showers. This is not looking promising for any rain. And then the dry air comes in as we head into tomorrow morning and through the day on Thursday. Dew points go down from the 60s into the 40s. So that's in the dry category for sure, 30s and 40s across much of North Texas. Then humidity starts to come back a little bit Friday, and then you'll really start to feel it again over the weekend. It's a second front that really brings some changes to South Texas, the kind of changes we like. So by Saturday, we've got partly cloudy skies, and then late on Sunday, we'll start to see some showers entering the hill country by late in the day. Then our second front comes through. Much better rain chances with this one. Showers and storms, a decent bet at this point, and then we'll get some cooler air with this too. Temperatures look great Monday into Tuesday. So as far as rain chances are concerned, just a small chance later today, and then we bring up the rain chances on Monday, 40% shot in the 7-day forecast. Temperatures change too because it's going to be hot all the rest of this weekend to the weekend. But 79 Monday, 75 and clearing on Tuesday. That sounds amazing, especially considering we're going to be in the 90s here next several days.
Yeah, it'll be a nice relief.
Finally, a front.
Yes.
I see
a good front.
Multiple possibilities of rain, which we all know that we need.
Yes, and I think Monday's kind of the day we're going to focus on.
All right.
Very good. Thank you for that gift, Justin.
Of course. Thank you, Justin. You know we have to blame you when there's bad weather.
Fair enough.
No,
it happens.
Now, 523, 73 degrees out.
And coming up next, Kenneth Branagh enlists Belfast stars for a haunting in Venice, plus a first look at a home cooking competition that finds ways to make meal prep easier.
Good morning and welcome back. So we got a lot to talk about. Familiar faces popping up in a brand new cooking show.
CNN's David Daniel has those stories in our Hollywood Minute.
I want my family with me.
It's a Belfast family reunion. Kenneth Branagh has his cast for A Haunting in Venice, his latest Herschel Poirot movie. Both Jamie Dornan and Jude Hill from Branagh's Belfast are on board, along with Tina Fey and Michelle Yeoh. The supernatural thriller based on Agatha Christie's novel Halloween Party begins production, when else, on Halloween.
I'm Anthony Porofsky, and I'm here to show you that good food doesn't have to be complicated or fancy.
The Queer Eye Food Guy wants your best kitchen hacks. Easy Bake Battle, the home cooking competition, looks at how people are finding ways to make meal prep easier.
I really wanted to empower home cooks and show that what they do, even though it's not in a professional capacity, it has worth. Think of all the moms who prepare 3 different meals for their kids with different dietary needs, or if they're just picky, and then for their significant others. And it's just, I wanted something that kind of puts those people in the spotlight.
Easy Bake Battle, the home cooking competition, debuts today on Netflix. In Hollywood, I'm David Dan.
I'm in.
Yeah.
Easy Bake Battle. Mm-hmm. What you talked about the little
the little Easy Bake oven.
Yeah.
Betty Crocker, from the 80s. Ding.
Time now.
That's the only one.
5:28, 73 degrees out.
A cut in oil production by OPEC Plus nations could put the U.S. at a risk of recession. Why President Biden is threatening Saudi Arabia's leader.
And planning a trip to the happiest place on earth just got a lot more expensive. How much more you're going to have to pay to make Disney wishes come true? We're going to explain.
And ahead on GMSA at 6, it's beginning to look a lot like Halloween. And meteorologist Sarah Spivey and Mia Montgomery checked out Six Flags Fright Fest. They're going to give us a preview of the spooky event over at Fiesta, Texas.
I'm not going to get into what I'd consider and what I have in mind, but there will be consequences.
President Joe Biden sending a threat to Saudi Arabia after they announced an oil cut production. What that means for the United States relationship with the country moving forward.
And it's back. We're talking about the 90s, not now, but right now we're at 73 degrees. But later this afternoon, we will see them.
Good morning, and thank you for starting your Wednesday morning with us. So yeah, Stephanie, as you were saying, 73 now. Mm-hmm. We almost got accustomed to starting in the 60s.
I know.
73 and humid. That's the big factor.
Not acceptable in October.
How dare you, Justin?
Not acceptable. Listen, the humidity is here this morning. It sure is. You can feel it, but it does go away later tonight. So tomorrow will still be hot, but at least it'll be less humid. Halloween, it's almost here, and Skywatcher is, he arranges these skeletons every day. This was yesterday's, and that's some breakdancing. Says kids, don't try skeleton breakdancing at home. Your parents don't have the money to put you back together.
Love it.
Good times. Breakdancing. That was like 80s, right? I mean, yes, that was a decade for that. Well done. We'll see what they have going on today. Weather headlines. It is going to be hot this afternoon. You see the clouds rolling in, by the way, so we're starting off mostly cloudy, but a hot stretch ahead. Low to mid 90s today, and 90s stay in the forecast into the weekend. We get our first front tonight. This does not cool us down, just brings in some lower humidity, but our second front looks much, much better. Early next week, rain chances, good rain chances, and some cooler weather. So that's what we'll be looking forward to. 74 right now, mostly cloudy. Southerly winds at 7. Most places are in the 70s at this hour, so it is much warmer. The humidity keeping temperatures up. So your KSAT 12-hour forecast. We go cloudy through about mid-morning, and by noontime, we're at 84 and mostly sunny, 93 the high today. And not only that, it'll be a little bit humid too. So be aware. Summer returns today. We're going to take a look at that 7-day forecast, and we'll take a look at when that relief arrives. But now we got to toss it over to Stephen for the latest on your morning commute.
Thank you, Justin. Let's get a quick look around town. Things have stayed quiet so far. 281 at San Pedro. There at Hildebrand, let's go ahead and get a wider look at TransGuide because you really can't see a whole lot of issues out there. In fact, what we are detecting, though, is traffic is definitely picking up in some of those busy spots. But there's that shot at 281 right by the airport. If you have to head out there, thankfully, no need to rush. But 37 at Fair Avenue, looks like traffic's coming right at us. So just remember to drive safe. Thankfully, as I mentioned, no issues are showing up on TransGuide. And the same story here for our map. Of course, as I mentioned, we'll talk about some of those road closures that you expect to see in and around the Alamo City. But if your destination is the downtown San Antonio area from any of these communities, pretty much green across the board. I mentioned these a little bit earlier. I'll have to update this in the next few minutes. But things have pretty much stayed quiet from Seguin on I-10 westbound, 29 minutes at this point. A little more than half an hour, again, 87 northbound traveling in from Lavernia, and a 28-minute drive time down in Floresville if you're coming up in the northbound lane. So no worries there, but we take it back here to TransGuide. Quiet roadways is how we're starting this new day, but we'll watch the roads closely. And as always, make sure you do the same. Guys.
Stephen. New this morning, trouble between two men now has become a case for Bexar County Sheriff's investigators. One is accused of shooting the other. Katrina Weber is live near downtown with that story. And Katrina, do investigators know the reason for the violence?
Well, all they've shared with us is that there was an argument involving those two men, which led to one picking up a shotgun. Now, this happened at a home in northeast Bexar County on a street called Oval Meadow. That's near Gibbs Sprawl and Walsham Roads. The sheriff's office got the call after 9 last night. Deputies say they found one man with a shotgun wound in his belly and took another man into custody. They say the two had been arguing inside the home just before the suspect grabbed a shotgun and fired. That wounded man was taken to a hospital by ambulance. The other one was taken to jail. Reporting live near downtown, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Katrina. Well, no more presidential fist bumps for the Saudi Crown Prince. President Joe Biden and some other United States lawmakers now threatening to punish Saudi Arabia for supporting oil production cuts.
The regime is part of the OPEC Plus cartel, which says it will slash 2 million barrels a day starting next month. CNN's Amy Kiley reports on the potential response to that economic blow.
There will be consequences.
That's President Joe Biden's threat to Saudi Arabia. It comes after the oil-rich nation said it would cut production next month, along with other members of OPEC Plus.
It is Putin and Saudi Arabia against the United States.
Some lawmakers are already calling for specific consequences. Democratic Senators Richard Blumenthal and Ro Khanna have announced a bill that would stop all U.S. arms sales to Saudi Arabia for 1 year. Other countries could suffer under the oil cuts, too. The chief economist for the International Monetary Fund predicts this for next year.
People dealing with high energy prices and food prices, and so it's going to feel worse than where it is right now.
Saudi Arabia has a dismal record on human rights. U.S. intelligence believes its crown prince orchestrated the murder of journalist and U.S. resident Jamal Khashoggi. That's the same prince Biden fist bumped when he visited Saudi Arabia in July. The White House seems intent on recasting those optics now.
Since taking office, the president has been very clear that the United States needs a different sort of relationship with Saudi Arabia.
I think the president's been very clear that this is a relationship that we need to continue to reevaluate.
The president has been clear all along, and that we need a different sort of relationship with Saudi Arabia.
Amy Kiley, KSAT 12 News.
Well, the House Select Committee investigating January 6th has received 1.5 million communications from the Secret Service. An agency spokesman says in the last 2 weeks, they provided emails and planning documents from the lead up to the January 6th attack. Now, this batch of records does not include the text messages which were lost to a data migration. Both the committee and the Homeland Security Inspector General, they're investigating why some Secret Service messages from January 5th and January 6th disappeared. Since July, the committee has received 800,000 pages of materials from the Secret Service. Some of that information could be revealed in the hearings planned for later this week.
A Houston area officer is found not guilty of aggravated assault for shooting and killing a woman with schizophrenia. The shooting happened in Baytown back in May of 2019. Officer Juan de la Cruz shot 45-year-old Pamela Turner after initially trying to arrest her due to outstanding warrants. Now, police say during a struggle between the two, Turner reached for de la Cruz's stun gun and used it on him. The civil rights attorney who represented Turner's family says the verdict is, quote, disappointing and heartbreaking.
The White House wants to make Obamacare subsidies access to more families next year. So this hopeful accessibility rule will give family members of workers access to subsidies on affordable health care exchanges. That's if they're offered affordable single coverage, but family plans are too expensive. Before this, workers had to pay the increased cost of premiums for adding family members to their health care policy without subsidies. According to the White House, about 1 million people would either receive health care coverage or have premiums reduced under this new rule. If finalized, it does not go into effect until January of 2023.
However, families can take advantage of it when they sign up during open enrollment, which starts November 1st.
Time now, 5:39, 73 degrees out.
And talk about house dressing. We have some ways ranch lovers can show off their love for all things Hidden Valley.
Oh, like the sauce,
yes.
Ranch sauce. Okay, I get it. And up next, why the March of Dimes says the United States is one of the most dangerous developed nations in the world to deliver a baby.
And taking a look outside with live cam, we're looking at 73 degrees, not as crisp and cool as it has been, but you know what? If we stay patient, things will happen next week. We'll check in with Justin later on. And welcome back. It's 5:42 in your morning consumer headlines. Millions of women in this country live in what's considered a maternity care desert. That means pregnant women cannot get the kind of care they need because there is not a hospital, birth center, or doctors who specialize in treating pregnant women. About 36% of counties are maternity care deserts. That's according to the latest data from the March of Dimes. It says a lack of access makes the U.S. one of the most dangerous developed nations in the world to give birth in. Rural areas are the most lacking.
So if you're planning a trip to Disney World, known as the happiest place on earth, it's going to be a little more expensive, so we're going to prepare you for it. Disney raising the prices of tickets to the Anaheim parks in nearly every single category. This includes the Disney Genie Plus and Lighting Lane services. Whoa. Disneyland ticket prices increases, well, they become common throughout October. The jump is around $10 more for each tier of the single park tickets.
Ranch dressing is sometimes called house dressing, but Hidden Valley wants you to actually dress your house with ranch. So check out the wallpaper courtesy of dressing brand Hidden Valley. You can see the brand's bright colors with bottles of ranch and slices of slathered pizza. And it's not just wallpaper, there's also bedding, placemats, notebooks, shower curtains, and even a sofa.
So I'm not going to decorate the house with ranch, but for those who haven't tried it, ranch on pizza is pretty delicious.
Yes, and maybe, I don't know, a ranch placemat right there.
Sure.
Yeah, that'll work nicely.
It's 5:43 and I'm already starving. 73 degrees out though.
And coming up next, the Animal Defense League is standing by with a super pet that needs a new home.
KSAT 12 presents another Day of the Dead story, Building the Ofrenda.
Building an ofrenda is an important Day of the Dead tradition. These altars have many pieces and parts, and they each have a specific purpose. The colorful skulls found on many ofrendas are called sugar skulls. These days, they may not be made out of sugar, but in the beginning they were. The art of molding granulated sugar and meringue was brought to Mexico by the missionaries. With sugar in abundance, it became a popular art supply in colonial times. So the first sugar skulls were not candy, they were decorative. So why a sugar skull? They symbolize many things, one being the sweetness of life. Originally placed on graves, the rain and wind would eventually wash them away. So they're also used to remind us of our mortality. To honor their loved one, people usually write the name of the departed on the sugar skull's forehead. It's a sweet thing to do.
Well, this one, okay, happier on back, tummy rub, who doesn't love that? Nadia's here from the Animal Defense League. Energy and just a happy dog. Look at that. Who's happier?
This is Lucy. She's a happy girl.
Yes. Kind of a Heinz 57 a little bit, maybe a little shepherd mixed in?
Yeah, she's a little shepherd mix. She's only 34 pounds. She's already a year, so this is as big as she's gonna get. And as you can tell, she is awesome, loving, super fun.
And the nice thing, an older dog like this is the personality. You know exactly what you're gonna be getting. She is gonna run around in the backyard. She is gonna go for a walk. She's gonna go for a run. She's gonna hop on the couch bed, everything else that dogs are supposed to do, right?
And she's potty trained.
Oh.
So she is an awesome dog.
What you got going on?
Oh my gosh, we have so much going on. As you know, our mobile wellness clinics are back, and our next one is going to be on October 22nd at Las Palmas Park. So we're super excited to be able to help out the community and get those pets vaccinated. And then, of course, as always, we're always looking for donations, fosters, and volunteers.
Okay, and you can either volunteer right there. You can go online and find all about it. You can Amazon wish list, all sorts of different things. So.
Absolutely.
What you doing? Oh, yes, you're a good dog, aren't you? Yes, well, you are up for adoption out there. Mush her skin down her head. She gets those wrinkles in her forehead. I love it. So anyway, 11-300 Nacogdoches, or head over to the Paul Jolly Center, or head over to the PetSmart 8524 Wins. Give them a call, 655-1481. Thank you, dear.
Good.
Good circle, baby.
All right, so speaking of animals, did you know, Stephanie, that it is Fat Bear Week in Alaska?
I did.
Okay, well, I guess I'm late to the party. So a winner has been crowned in this year's Fat Bear Week contestant. All right, so It is the National Park and Preserve, and the contest, a week-long celebration of bears gorging themselves on salmon at the preserve, all in preparation of winter hibernation. I'm going to call this goals. So fans actually watch the gorging and they vote.
That's right. And so this year's champion, a bear known by the number 747, is marking his second victory in 3 years. 747, who weighs up to 1,400 pounds, is the biggest bear known to catch salmon in that area. So based on initial results, there were more than 900,000 votes cast in the contest. I only know because I've kind of just been following it this year.
Did you vote?
I'm not an expert. No, I didn't vote, but I was just kind of feeling sorry for the bears.
So are you fat shaming the bears? No,
exactly.
So we were talking about this earlier. 747 is the only bear without a real name. But then I was thinking about it, I was like, what if it's because he's like growing to become the size of a 747?
Well,
like the plane.
Getting close, I guess.
Yeah, all right. Turn to traffic out there. Steven, anything going on?
3 things. We should name him Barry the Bear.
Oh, nice.
There you go.
Second thing, how do they weigh him? How do they know how much he weighs?
Oh, yeah.
Great point.
And he weighs that much just eating salmon? I eat salmon. I don't look like that.
No, not
I thought salmon was healthy.
Yeah, I thought so too.
So just throwing that out there. Yeah. But let's go ahead and get a quick look at the commute right now. No bears out on the roadway, but we are seeing just a few more vehicles there at 281 at San Pedro. Again, same shot there at Hildebrand. Really not a lot to talk about in terms of these TransGuide cameras, and the same goes right here on the map. Just again, a lot of those road closures that you can expect to see throughout the week. Let's talk about what you'll see tomorrow night. Drilling work here on Loop 410 over on the northeast side of San Antonio. That does begin at 9 in the evening and should hopefully wrap around 5 in the morning. Right shoulder closure on the westbound frontage road of Loop 410 from Randolph Boulevard to I-35 south on frontage road. But of course, that information is on our website, ksat.com/traffic. And really quick, wanted to get to the mention here of some of these other communities that if you are planning to drive into San Antonio, 28 minutes, still pretty pleasant from Pleasanton right now. 30 minutes on Highway 90 if you're traveling east from Castroville. Arrival from Lytle looks to be about 17 minutes at this point, guys.
All right, thank you, Steven.
Thank you.
Justin, Stephanie's been giving you credit all morning because today might not be ideal, but good news on the horizon.
Yes.
We've got good news on the way. And this, the really cool air, the fall-like air, arrives early next week. So we're less than a week away from getting some relief. And we need it because it has been so dry. It's been so warm. And today is going to be no exception. Temperatures actually make it into the 90s today. So get ready. It's going to be a hot one for sure. As we look at the time lapse here, 74 degrees, mostly cloudy right now. Southerly winds at about 7 miles per hour. And temperatures are generally in the 70s here around Bexar County and Hondo 72, 74 New Braunfels, 74 Gonzales, 70 Del Rio, 64 right now in Rock Springs. So we're off to a warm start, and that's due in large part to the added humidity in the atmosphere. These dew points are now jumping into the 70s, so that puts us in the oppressive category. We've spent the last couple of weeks really in the pleasant category. Now things are starting to step up, but it's just a one-day event because tonight we do get a frontal boundary that doesn't cool us down, but it takes away the humidity. So there is that to look forward to as well. Cloudy through about mid-morning. Then we'll see the sun pop out, mostly sunny by noontime, 84. Our high temperature today, 93. That is well above average, as you might imagine. And we'll have southwesterly winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. As far as that front tonight, it should be here by about midnight. So around 5 o'clock dinner time, we're still going to keep a 0% chance of rain. But as this moves through overnight, there could be 1 or 2 showers. So a 10% chance, don't expect much. Most of us will get nothing. There comes the drier air. Dew points drop into the 50s and eventually 40s, I think, by tomorrow evening. And then it's on Friday where we start to see the moisture returning. And by the weekend, humidity is back. It lasts another couple of days before our next front moves in. And this one is scheduled for late Sunday, early Monday. Slides through, brings good rain chances. We'll have an upper level low off to the west, some moisture feeding in, and that means we should see some showers and storms. Not only that, it will be significantly cooler. Meantime, in the Gulf of Mexico, we do have a tropical storm. Normally, we'd be worried about this with winds of 40 miles per hour with something in the Gulf like this. But because we have those fronts coming through now, just kind of blocks everything to the south. And this actually does an about face and moves into Mexico, brings some heavy rain there. Extended forecast. We go 92 tomorrow, but lower humidity. 92 Friday, 92 Saturday, added humidity, 20% chance of rain late on Sunday, and it is Monday that we get the cooler temperatures and a 40% chance of rain. And by Tuesday, clearing skies and 75 degrees. We'll be right back.
Good morning. We will begin with President Biden talking about the war in Ukraine and Vladimir Putin, and if he thinks he would really use nuclear weapons. We're going to have details on that interview. And an exclusive interview with embattled Georgia Republican Senate candidate Herschel Walker. This is his first network interview since those allegations came out about the former football player who paid for a former girlfriend's abortion. And it is Dwayne Johnson's takeover, the star of Black Adam, here to talk about the superhero movie and surprise one real-life superhero. You don't want to miss it on Good Morning America.
And back here at home, ahead in our next half hour at GMSA, it has been more than 4 months since the shooting at Robb Elementary in Uvalde. Authorities have been saying there's going to be a new school built to replace Robb Elementary. Those plans now moving forward. We're going to explain. And of course, Justin and Steven in with what you need to know before you leave the house.
This morning, a man in the hospital with a gunshot wound to the stomach. We're going to tell you how an argument led to that shooting.
And a big sticky mess all over a New England highway after a truckload of fruit spilled out right in the middle of the roadway. We're going to tell you the latest details and if anyone was injured.
And a big sticky mess here at home. The humidity's back. We're at 73 degrees. Yuck. No, just kidding. It's not too bad. We're going to cool off next week, and we'll be checking in with Justin very soon.
Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Good morning. It is Wednesday, October 12th. Thank you so much for starting your morning with us. But like you alluded to, humid 70s. We're kind of getting accustomed to the 60s and no humidity.
We were, and we were getting accustomed to 80s as well. And this afternoon, we're expecting 90s. Not acceptable for October.
Not acceptable, Justin. What are you doing?
Not acceptable. Listen, we did get kind of spoiled. It's been a good stretch. Here's what I can tell you is the humidity, at least, it's a one-day thing.
Okay,
by this evening or by tonight, we'll see the humidity go away, and it'll be less humid tomorrow. Still hot, but less humid. As we look at the temperatures right now, because of that humidity and because of cloud cover this morning, temperatures are up. 74 degrees at the airport, 71 Kerrville, and we'll probably stay in the 70s. You won't see these numbers drop much more from where they are right now. And then once the clouds clear, which happens a little bit later this morning, temperatures jump up into the 90s. Now, the dew points, they are elevated, close to 70 at this point. They fall off a little bit this afternoon, but still humid. Then we get our front about midnight, and by tomorrow, dew points will have fallen into the 40s. So it'll feel less humid tomorrow, as I said. Pollen count, if you missed it yesterday, ragweed at 190. It's still in the moderate category. We are still very much in ragweed season. Molds and pigweed are low. And your forecast for today, we expect that, again, clouds will clear about mid-morning, and then by noontime, we'll go mostly sunny. 84. High temperatures today around 93. It's well above average. Not record territory, but above average for sure. We do have a cool down in the forecast, but we got to wait until next week for that to happen. It's a second front that does bring some big changes. Well, more on that in just a bit. But let's get over to Steven now and check in on that morning commute. Are things starting to pick up?
Well, we talked about Loop 1604 to FM 78 a little bit earlier in the morning and how quiet it was, but not the case right now. We see some flashing lights out there in the distance. Not sure exactly if that's a traffic stop or if that is actually a stalled vehicle or maybe even a crash. Right now, nothing reported by TxDOT in this particular area of town, but just watch out. Make sure you follow the speed limit. But thankfully, traffic there still relatively quiet. But, we see a few more vehicles out there around this hour. So just remember to expect some slowdowns as the morning commute does get rolling. But thankfully, right now is still a perfect time to head out the door. Really not seeing any slowdowns anywhere else around town. Just remember to take it easy because the road closures are still active. And we'll talk about that in the next few minutes or so. Let's talk about the travel times here, though. If you are going to be traveling in from I-10 in the journey from Bernie, eastbound lanes look to be about 24 minutes at this hour. It is about a 28-minute drive time on 281 southbound heading in from Bulverde, so don't hurry there. At a 26-minute drive time on I-35 south heading in from New Braunfels. So things look good so far. Let's get one last look around town as we put the TransGuide camera back on rotation. There's 10 at Hildebrandt. The commute is getting going, guys.
Thank you, Stephen. New this morning, one man is in the hospital after an argument turned violent on the northeast side of town. It happened around 9:30 last night on Oval Meadow. That's near Converse. Police say the two men were arguing over something at a home when one went inside the house, grabbed a shotgun, and shot the other man in the stomach. The shooter was arrested and the victim was taken by ambulance to the hospital. No word on his condition.
Also new this morning, two people lucky to escape a fire that started in their apartment. So take a look. This was a scene just after 10 o'clock. This is the 1100 block of Fenfield Avenue. It's on the city's southwest side. Crews on the scene telling us a pregnant woman and a man were inside. They heard a loud pop. They went outside. They found the side of the wall on fire. Fire officials there saying the apartment is a total loss. Arson investigators were called out there. So far, they believe the flames could have been accidental, and luckily, no injuries have been reported.
Testimony is scheduled to continue today for a mother accused of murdering her own child.
An interrogation video between Jessica Briones and a police investigator played yesterday during the second day of the trial. That interrogation happened the same day Briones said she found her 4-year-old daughter unresponsive. That child was pronounced dead. Briones telling investigators the last time she took her daughter to the doctor, that's when she was just 18 months old.
That's despite
all over. Oh, wow, yeah. So much of it. I just put my hands, put pressure.
Now, Brianna says she didn't take her daughter to the doctor that day because it was too late and buses were not available. She maintains she never physically hurt her daughter. And Uvalde City Council says the city is involved in a lawsuit. The interim mayor read a statement by the city's lawyer when council returned from executive session last night. Zamora says the city cannot comment on the specifics of the lawsuit or speak directly with families about that lawsuit. He shared the independent investigation into the Uvalde Police Department is ongoing with no expected end date.
The city continues the operations of the police department to ensure the public safety of all citizens of Uvalde and cannot speak at this time on specific personnel matters in the police department.
He went on to say the city is committed to getting the investigation done quickly and accurately. And plans are moving forward for a new elementary school in Uvalde. The Community Advisory Committee helping to design the new school met with retiring Superintendent Dr. Hal Harrell behind closed doors last night. Now we are going to have more on this coming up in our next half hour of GMSA.
A Florida jury will decide whether the gunman in the school shooting in Parkland, Florida will face the death penalty. 17 people shot and killed that shooting rampage back on Valentine's Day in 2018. ABC's Andrea Fujii explains.
This morning, the fate of the Parkland, Florida school shooter is in the hands of a jury as the prosecution asks for death.
It's unrelentlessly cruel. The appropriate sentence for Nicholas Cruz is the death penalty.
Closing arguments were heard yesterday in the trial of Nicholas Cruz, who pleaded guilty to shooting and killing 17 people, 14 students and 3 teachers on Valentine's Day 2018 at his former school, Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High. The prosecutor insisting that execution is the only appropriate punishment for Cruz, describing him as a cold-blooded killer, hunting in the hallways for victims with an AR-15.
Fires a third shot, and as she runs, he shoots her and severs her spinal cord.
And reminding the jury of Cruz's plan, recorded before the murders.
Going to be the next school shooter of 2018.
The defense asking instead for a life sentence, calling Cruz, now 24, broken, suffering from a brain disorder caused by his biological mother's heavy drinking while pregnant, and claiming he did not get the care he needed from his adoptive mother.
Do we kill brain-damaged, mentally ill, broken people?
The defense claiming Cruz took responsibility for his actions by pleading guilty.
Sentencing Nicholas to life is the right thing to do.
The jury will be sequestered once deliberations begin today. All 12 jurors must agree in order for Cruz to be sentenced to death. Andrea Fujii, ABC News, New York.
President Biden and some lawmakers are threatening to punish Saudi Arabia for supporting oil production cuts. The regime is part of the OPEC Plus cartel, which says it will slash 2 million barrels a day starting next month. The oil-rich nation said it would cut production next month along with other members of OPEC Plus. Democratic Senators Richard Blumenthal and Ro Khanna have announced a bill that would stop all U.S. arms sales to Saudi Arabia for 1 year. The U.S. and other countries could suffer economic blows due to oil production cuts.
And cleanup underway in Massachusetts after a truckload of watermelons rolled over, spilled onto the highway. Crews actually having to block off both sides of the highway. Police on the scene saying the driver was taken to the hospital. They are expected to recover. They're doing okay. Still investigating, trying to figure out what exactly caused this. Time now 6:09, 73 degrees out.
And much more to come on GMSA. Coming up a little later, meteorologists Sarah Spivey and Mia Montgomery will take us through a haunted tour at Six Flags Fiesta, Texas. They're going to show us what we can expect at Fright Fest this year.
And are you into the whole virtual reality thing?
Not yet.
All right. How would you like to get your hands on this new super high-tech headset from Meta, the parent of Facebook? We're going to tell you what it does, how everything is looking in virtual reality, and here's the thing, how much it's going to cost you. Here's a hint. It's a lot.
It's a lot, and that's kind of why I haven't tried it out yet. And taking a look outside with a live cam, we are starting your day a little humid today, so don't be surprised when you walk out the door and, you see, you don't really see an old familiar friend. You're going to feel an old familiar friend. But things will cool off next week. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. In today's Tech Bites, it looks like TikTok is trying to give Amazon a run for its money, literally. Now, the social media platform TikTok delving deeper into e-commerce. News source Axios reporting that TikTok appears to be building its own production fulfillment centers here in the United States with delivery and even return options.
Meta is showing off its new high-end headset. It comes equipped with high-res sensors, eye tracking, and natural facial expressions to help your avatar look more like you. The cost, $1,500.
So here's the thing. I'm not gonna, get up on a stump or anything, but people want more people. Meta wants more people to get into VR. If they make it less expensive, more people will enjoy it.
Right, that'll happen eventually.
Yeah.
But right now, a little pricey.
A little bit. All right. Let's take a look at the roadways. Steven, how's it going out there?
Well, listen, another point is you really don't need the tan lines. If you wear that outside, imagine that.
Oh, my goodness.
Think about those things. All right. Well, obviously, it's not sunny right now, but we get a look at the roadways, and we are seeing just again a few more folks out there. The commute is getting going. 37 at Jones Avenue. Thankfully, no major issues to report. The map has been pretty quiet as well. But got to take you in here to 35 southbound at Cesar E. Chavez Boulevard. We do have some road debris detected right there in the southbound lanes of 35, so just watch out if you were heading out of town, and make sure you drive carefully through the area. Road closures, as I mentioned, this one a little bit earlier. Lock Hill Selma Road has been ongoing for a few days already, but we're going to see the work continue. We'll start overnight, 8 in the evening and 5 in the morning. Now, TxDOT is reporting that this should wrap on Friday, October 14th, but expect alternating lane closures in both directions right there at the Wurzbach Parkway intersection. So if you're still at home, grab those phones, open your camera app, tap the center of your screen, and scan that QR code. That will take you directly to the KSAT traffic page. Has a full list of all the closures that are current throughout the month of October, so plan your commute ahead of time. Guys.
Very good. And I believe, at least in our area, no hoodie or sweater needed. You might be sweating out there.
Well, that's for sure. Nothing needed this morning. It's warm. It's humid. Temperatures are in the 70s. Humidity levels are way up there. So if you're heading to the bus stop at this hour, it's shorts and T-shirts. 64 degrees this morning, overcast and humid. In fact, temperatures will be near 70 in most spots, and we'll see a southerly wind 5 to 10 miles per hour. After school, 93. It'll be pretty toasty, mostly sunny and hot later today, and even a little bit humid during the afternoon. So just a heads up, very summer-like today. We do get some changes this evening. First, though, let's go outside for you. Cloudy skies, and we're sitting at 74. Not 64. Dew point is at 70, and we've got south-southwesterly winds at about 6 miles per hour. 70s for the most part as you go up and down the I-35 corridor, and that's because of that moisture that has really surged in this morning. You will find some 60s out to the west. Uvalde, it's at 64. Rock Springs at 64. But cloudy skies over San Antonio right now, and that really is keeping temperatures up. As we look at the dew points, boy, they've jumped up. We're talking 70s now, so that's the oppressive category. And these numbers do fall off some this afternoon, but not a whole lot. I mean, we're still in humid territory by this evening. But then our front comes through. And this does not cool us down. It does drop the dew points, though, and tomorrow will be much, much drier. High temperatures today, 93 here in San Antonio. A lot of 90s on the map today. In fact, just about everybody will be in the 90s today. 92 in Uvalde, 91 Bandera, 91 Kerrville. A very hot afternoon. Here's a look at the forecast. We start off with clouds this morning. They go away by noontime. And then as we head into the afternoon, here comes our front. likely moving through around midnight. With it, a 10% chance of rain. It's a small outside chance. And then behind it, the drier air starts to pour in by tomorrow morning. With that in mind, we do have a fire threat tomorrow. Generally, San Antonio points east because this is where winds will be strongest. And you look at the I-35 corridor there, Austin down to Gonzales, over to San Antonio. That's where there is a high to very high risk of grass fires tomorrow. And we expect winds could be gusty, especially in the morning, gusting maybe up to around 30 miles per hour or so. So that's just something to watch out for through the day tomorrow. Now let's fast forward to the weekend. This is Saturday. We're going to watch for our second front, and this one does a whole lot more for us. Okay, by Saturday evening, still partly cloudy skies, and then as we head into Sunday, front's starting to move into central Texas. With it, we'll start to see some showers and storms. Looks like we'll have a pretty decent chance of rain with this front as it moves through on Monday. Showers and storms right now, about a 40% chance. If everything times out and kind of comes together, and I think that we'll get some decent moisture in here, that means we'll have some much better rain chances. So here's how it looks in the 7-day forecast. Morning clouds and then mostly sunny this afternoon, 93. Very small chance of rain tonight with that frontal boundary, 92 tomorrow. Still hot, but a lower humidity. That's the case on Friday, too. Partly cloudy on Saturday, 92. We drop it to 89 on Sunday, and we add in some rain chances late in the day. Right now, a 40% chance on Monday, mostly cloudy skies, 79 for a high. Then we get some clearing on Tuesday, 75 with mostly sunny skies. Some fall weather finally in the forecast, guys.
Yay! Looks good next week.
Yeah, it's looking great.
Very good.
Yep.
Thank you, Justin.
Thank you, Justin. 618, 73 degrees out. All right, a lot to come throughout the morning here on GMSA. And of course, GMSA at 9, we have Science with Sarah. They are back this time. Sarah and David out at Southwest ISD Elementary School doing awesome experiments with kids out there.
So the students are learning about circuits, and today's experiment will be all about electrical energy. So tune in later this morning at 9 a.m. for a new edition of Science with Sarah.
We'll be right back.
KSAT 12 presents another Day of the Dead story, Building the Ofrenda.
Ofrenda means offering, and on November 1st, these altars welcome back our loved ones to the world of the living. They're built with many pieces and parts, and each of them has a specific purpose. Fire is one of nature's 4 elements, so candles are very important for any ofrenda. The glow of the candle is believed to help guide back the spirits to the world of the living. Placed along the altar's bottom level or entrance, they create a welcoming path for your loved one. More are usually placed around the altar to not only illuminate, but to honor the souls of the forgotten. Maybe a great tia that you never knew wants to pay you a visit. But don't burn the house down, so keep one of these around.
Don't mind me. I'm just the flu. I'm quite harmless, really. And when people ask, but aren't you linked to dangerous flu complications like pneumonia, heart attack, and hospitalizations? I just say, but I'm just the flu. It's him. Who? I'm just the flu.
Fight the flu with Sanofi flu vaccines, which help prevent flu in older adults. They've even been shown to provide better protection from flu-related complications compared to standard dose flu shots.
Don't get Fluzone high-dose quadrivalent if you've had a severe allergic reaction to its components, including egg products, or after previous dose of flu vaccine. Don't get Flu-Block quadrivalent if you've had a severe allergic reaction to its components. Tell your healthcare professional if you've had severe muscle weakness after a flu shot. People with weakened immune systems may have a lower vaccine response.
This flu season, you do have a choice. Choose the protection of a Sanofi flu vaccine. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which Sanofi flu vaccine is right for you.
And welcome back at 6:23. So this time of year, football dominates the headlines, especially at the high school level.
But the rest of the fall sports calendar is jam-packed with thrilling races and, of course, great games. KSAT 12's Andrew Seeley giving us a brief glimpse of Tuesday's local sports action from cross country all the way to volleyball.
Let's go, Chad! Early Tuesday morning, athletes across the area got up for a 5K run. The District 28 6A cross-country championships were held at Northeast Sports Park starting at 8 a.m. Brandeis senior Michaela Garza won the girls' race in 18 minutes, 56.6 seconds. And look how close the boys' race was. Johnson senior Tate Underwood used a strong closing kick to win in 15 minutes, 15.7 seconds.
It's great, especially getting second the past 2 years. I mean, it's a great feeling, so I'm very happy with it.
I'm just really happy about it. I was kind of keeping an eye out for my teammates throughout the race. We had a lot of switchbacks. Catching a few of them crossing the line soon after me, that was amazing.
Next on the schedule, by-district team tennis. Johnson was one of many teams that punched their tickets to the next round with a 10-0 victory over Steele. After that, how about some afternoon water polo? The boys kicked off the first by-district round in UIL history in style. Clark cruised past Canyon 34-4, and Alamo Heights knocked off Marshall 19-5. Finally, Tuesday night ended with some crucial volleyball matchups. New Braunfels defeated Steele in a back-and-forth battle 3-1, and the Unicorns take sole possession of the District 27 6A lead at 5-1.
This is a really important win for us. We needed this to have the leverage we need to win first in district. We had an awesome pregame prior to our game, so we were just pumped us up, and we were so ready.
You can catch extended highlights from cross-country, water polo, and volleyball right now on the BGC page at KSAT.com. For Good Morning San Antonio, I'm Andrew Seeley.
So all of that was awesome. I want to give a special shout out to Andrew. I know he worked super hard, obviously, throughout yesterday and staying late into the early morning to put that together. So thank you, Andrew.
Yes, we appreciate you going to all of these sporting activities.
Absolutely. Time now, 6:25, 73 degrees out.
And still ahead on GMSA, all parents want to see their kids grow up to be successful adults. So what can they be doing now to set themselves up for success in the future? We're going to tell you more.
And taking a live look out at the roadways with TransGuide. Steven is in the building. He and Justin will have everything you need to know before you head out the door. We'll be right back.
Oh my gosh. We got some lockers going on here. There are lockers. It's a prom date gone bad. Halloween.
And are you ready for this scary stuff? Sarah Spivey and Mia Montgomery will take us through Six Flags Fright Fest, and we'll show you what you can expect this Halloween.
Well, if your alarm didn't go off, the screams probably woke you up a little bit. Time now, 6:29, 73 degrees to start your morning. Taking a live look out there. We're going to check in with Justin for your full forecast for the week. And could rain be on the way? Good morning. It is Wednesday. It is October 12th. We're in the heart of fall now.
Yes.
It's felt like that. This morning a little more humid than we'd like, but
Justin says we had, we were spoiled.
We were spoiled.
We were spoiled. So the humidity's back for right now.
Also, we deserved it after that summer. So.
Right? I think so.
It goes both ways. But we're going to get, I think, some much nicer weather coming up next week. Very fall-like. Okay, so that's what we have to look forward to. It's a little under a week away. In the meantime, yes, it is humid this morning. It is warm. We're also dealing with some fog. Visibility is down in a few spots. If you're around Gonzales, stay down towards Floresville, maybe Lavernia. There could be a little bit of patchy fog, so heads up if you're commuting into San Antonio. For some of our eastern counties, you may run into that. A little closer look here around San Antonio, no fog here. It's all east of town. As you look at the weather headlines, well, the big story today is going to be the heat. Temperatures will jump into the 90s. We'll still have some humidity, and we stay in the 90s through the weekend. Our first front arrives later tonight, brings some lower humidity, still hot, but it does lower the humidity levels. It's our second front that arrives on Monday that really brings the changes, and they're changes that you're going to like. Rain chances and the cooler temperatures. 74 right now. Dew point is at 70, so that number's been climbing. South-southwesterly winds at about 6 miles per hour. In our KSAT 12-hour forecast, cloudy through about mid-morning. Then the sun pops out. We're at 84 by the lunch hour. And this afternoon up around 93. That's not a typo. Well above average. Not quite to the record, but it is going to be awful hot later today. We'll talk more about those changes ahead and look at your 7-day here in just a few minutes, but let's check in with Steven now and get the latest on your morning commute.
Yeah, we have pretty much entered morning rush. Justin, I-10 at Hildebrand, we are seeing just a lot more folks out there than what we saw earlier, and that's because it is a busy time. So if you have to head out the door in the next few moments, just remember to drive carefully because we have a lot more folks there at 35 there at Main. Thankfully, it's been pretty quiet, no issues, but we do have that road debris I mentioned right there, and our map has also picked that up. 35 southbound there at Cesar E. Chavez Boulevard, watch out if you're traveling south on I-35, but it doesn't really appear to impact any of the commute right now. Still pretty green on the screen. And now we'll give you a wide look of the map there in the metro area, and as well as some of our surrounding locations. I just want to mention, of course, we do have those road closures that are still active, and we're going to continue to take a peek in and around the Alamo City to find out how that could impact your commute. But right now, things look pretty calm. Taking it back to TransGuide 281 at San Pedro, the commute is getting going, but we'll watch the roads closely and have those updates right here on GMSA. Max.
Thank you, Stephen. What started as an argument ends with two men in very different places, one in the hospital, the other in jail, facing charges related to shooting the other.
Katrina Weber is live near downtown with that story. And Katrina, it sounds like this involved a serious wound.
Now, Bexar County Sheriff's deputies didn't tell us his condition, but they did mention that man suffered a shotgun wound in his belly. Now, they say this started after 9 o'clock last night with those two men arguing inside a home in northeast Bexar County. It's on a street called Oval Meadow, not far from Gibbs Sprawl and Walsham Roads. Deputies say at some point during that heated exchange, one man grabbed a shotgun and shot the other. The victim, again, was shot in his belly. He was taken to a hospital by ambulance. The other man was taken to jail. Reporting live near downtown, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Katrina. Happening today, a man and his stepson will have their murder cases tried together. 61-year-old Williams Blankenship and 25-year-old Lane Wooten are accused of the murder of Josh Fowler back in December of 2020. Now, Wooten's mother, who is Blankenship's wife, Jennifer Blankenship, was also arrested for the crime, but has chosen to have her case tried separately. Fowler was visiting a home in the 6800 block of Loop 1604 East when he was shot. Fowler was rushed to the hospital where he later died. The murder trial for Williams Blankenship and Wooten will be tried in the 226th District Court by presiding judge Vilia Mesa. If found guilty, both are facing up to life in prison.
This morning, former San Antonio police officer James Brennan now facing 2 counts of aggravated assault by a public servant. One for each of the people in the car the night of the shooting at that McDonald's. A 17-year-old girl who is not injured and 17-year-old Eric Cantu, who is still on life support. Body cam video shows Brennan approaching Cantu's car. He opened the door and shot at the team at least 10 times as Cantu reversed and tried to drive away. SAPD fired Brennan 2 days after the shooting. Now he is in custody after turning himself in.
This was a failure for one individual police officer. It had nothing to do with our policies. Our policies did not allow that. Our training does not teach that. So this was a fail for one particular police officer.
Chief McManus explains this is still an open investigation, still not clear when it will officially wrap up. For that reason, it has not yet been given to the district attorney, who would turn it over to a grand jury.
In your GMA First Look, prosecutors have dropped all charges against accused killer Adnan Syed, whose case was made famous by the popular Serial podcast. Now look for that story and more coming up at 7 a.m. right here on KSAT 12.
Plans are moving forward for a new elementary school in Uvalde. The Community Advisory Committee helping to design the new school met with retiring Superintendent Dr. Hal Harrell behind closed doors last night. So at Monday night's school board meeting, some of the committee members spoke about their experience visiting 3 Austin area schools for insight. They're working with the architecture firm Huckabee. Now they're in designing and constructing the new campus. The next step will come November 1st. That is when the committee will preview the board presentation of program and conceptual designs.
They do not know our community. This is where the committee can give input to ensure that our new school represents the culture and values of Uvalde.
That committee is made up of 29 members. Some work for the district, some are parents, community members, and the Uvalde police chief. Ken Mueller is in the list of members we're told has a presentation. The presentation was made before Mueller's suspension and before the early retirement announcement that we told you about last week.
San Antonio police and Crime Stoppers are hoping you can help them solve a pair of robberies, and you could get a cash reward. So the first one happened on September 12th at the Target store in the Park North Shopping Center. That is next to the Alamo Draft House. Officers say the man on your screen went into the store and stole merchandise, including a mountain bike. When a store employee tried to stop him, the man on your screen threatened to use pepper spray. Now, the second incident happened back on August 23rd at a Home Depot on Southwest Military Drive. That is next to South Park Mall. That is where police tell us this man stole items from store shelves and threatened to hurt an employee who tried to stop him. If you know anything that could lead to an arrest in either of these cases, you're asked to call that number on your screen. That is 210-224-STOP, and you could get up to a $5,000 cash reward.
In your morning consumer news, more United States workers could qualify for minimum wage and benefits under a new government proposal. The Labor Department would replace a ditched Trump-era benchmark with lower requirements for defining employees as contractors. The stocks of gig companies like Lyft and Uber, they fell a lot on the news. Now, the proposal is open to comments through the end of November and might not take effect for several months.
And are you looking for work? Well, Bass Pro Shop is looking for some help over the holidays, and they're holding a hiring event to fill full-time, part-time, and seasoned positions. So it is happening at the Bass Pro Shop store in the Rim Shopping Center off of I-10. It will go on from 10:30 a.m. to 7 p.m. both today and tomorrow.
Time now, just about 6:38, 73 degrees out.
And still ahead on GMSA, we're going to tell you about some things parents can do now to set their kids up for a successful future. And welcome back. It's 6:41. So every parent wants their child to grow up to be successful and a productive adult.
So what are some of the things you can do now to help your kids in the long run?
RJ Marquez has more.
From the time they are tiny, parents wonder who their children will grow up to be. Research shows that there are some habits that may increase your chances of raising a child who turns into a successful adult. First, encourage reading. 63% of self-made millionaires were required to read 2 or more books a month by their parents. Also, hanging out with wealthy friends may make a difference. Harvard researchers recently analyzed 21 billion friendships on Facebook and found children from low socioeconomic backgrounds who grew up with kids from high socioeconomic backgrounds had higher incomes later in life. Requiring your child to complete chores can also set them up for success later on.
Our kids did chores, but they didn't get paid for them. They had to keep their rooms cleaned.
Takes trash to the trash can.
Another predictor of success, when mom works. One study found that daughters of working mothers went to school longer, were more likely to be supervisors, and earned 23% more compared to their peers who were raised by stay-at-home moms.
The reason I continue to work, other than the financial stability of having 2 working parents, is that I also want to set an example for my children to see that, 2 parents can contribute to the home.
Adult sons of working moms tended to pitch in more on household chores and childcare.
Also, don't try to micromanage your kids' lives. Making their own decisions is a critical part of growing up. But a poll by the New York Times found that 3/4 of parents of young adults still book their child's doctor's appointments and haircuts for them. RJ Marquez, KSAT 12 News.
I gotta say, while we're talking about parents, you're like a super mom.
Aww.
You got the daughter in like 3 different activities. You're driving her everywhere.
We're trying.
Best mom out there.
Well, I'm going to tell her that.
All right.
Say Max said when she's mad at me, right?
All right. Speaking of driving, Steven, how's it looking out there?
Yeah, Steph, definitely super mom over there. And shout out to all the other moms that are doing it all. Hey, let's get a quick look around town. I-10 East at Loop 1604. The commute's getting going out over there. But if you are familiar with that spot, you know that there is plenty of demolition work that takes place, bridge work. But right now, I'm not spotting any crews out there, but the commute is getting going. Just be able to look out. We take you to the map, and actually, it was pretty quiet. But as we take a look right over here, it looks like a crash may have popped up just outside 410, not right along I-10. So we'll take a look at that, find out exactly how that's going to impact the commute. But you see the slowdowns already taking place. 1604 as well as US 90 if you're traveling east from Castroville. And of course, as expected, 281 southbound from Bulverde. I'm pretty sure David Sears is somewhere out there as well. But let's take you to also some upcoming road closures. Drilling work that is taking place tomorrow night, Loop 410 northeast side of San Antonio. That will begin at 9 in the evening and wrap around 5 in the morning. Right shoulder closure on the westbound frontage road of Loop 410. That'll be from Randolph Boulevard to I-35 southbound frontage road. So just be on the lookout there. But we take you back here, 10 east at 1604. We'll watch the roads closely, but find out what's going on with that crash as well, guys.
Yeah, we will. We'll hear it from David Sears.
Yeah, oh yeah.
As he comes into work.
The 281 reporter.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you, Stephen. All right, Justin, good news on the horizon?
There is. So as we get through October, we typically see a higher frequency of fronts. We've got a couple to talk about here in the forecast. One that's starting to move into Texas as we speak. This is not going to lower temperatures a whole lot. You see Amarillo is still at 55. And you look north, yes, there is some cooler air behind us. It's 39 Denver, 36 Casper, but this is not a big cold air mass. What it does do for us as we get into tonight is pulls in some drier air, which is not a bad thing because it is humid out there right now. We've got 74 degrees at the airport, mostly cloudy, but look at the dew point, 70. That is sticky air with south-southwesterly winds at about 6. We had a good stretch here of pretty dry weather. It has changed drastically this morning. 74 New Braunfels, 73 Hondo, 73 Pleasanton with all the humidity and cloud cover. That's keeping temperatures up. So don't expect these numbers to fall much more from where they are right now. And dew points are in the 70s. So that puts us in the oppressive category. Dew points. With the elevated dew points, we've got a little bit of fog to contend with too. Not necessarily here around Bexar County, but as you get off to the east, Gonzales, down to places like maybe Floresville, Lavernia, that's where you could see some patchy fog this morning. KSAT 12-hour forecast. Clouds early. Then we see the clouds start to go away. By noontime, 84 degrees. We make it all the way up to 93 today. That's the high temperature, well above average. It's going to feel a lot like summer this afternoon with southwesterly winds anywhere from 5 to 15 miles per hour, I'd say. With that frontal boundary that I just showed you, does it bring us any rain? And the answer is probably not. As we head into the noon hour, mostly clear skies, and then by 5 o'clock, the front starts to move into the hill country, and by midnight, it's moving through San Antonio. 10% chance of rain, that's all we can give you. Maybe a shower with this. But again, the bigger story is going to be the drier air that works in tomorrow. So dew points fall from the 60s, eventually into the 40s by tomorrow evening. And much of Thursday is going to be a dry day, but it is on Friday that moisture starts to return. And this happens pretty rapidly. And then by the weekend, it's humid again. Saturday's quiet, but here comes our next front. And this is the one that brings big changes to our forecast. By Sunday evening, we'll start to see a few showers in the hill country. And then as this front moves through the area, rain chances pick up. It gets cooler, it gets windy, and you'll feel some big changes, I think, by the time we get into Monday evening into Tuesday. And it's great to see rain chances back in the forecast. Meantime, down in the Gulf of Mexico, we have Tropical Storm Carl. Normally, if we get a system developing in the Gulf, we'd be pretty worried about it. But in this instance, because we have those fronts coming through, it deflects Carl to the south. So right now, winds are at 40 miles per hour, gusting to 50. The track takes us into Mexico. Some heavy rain for parts of Mexico. And we could see a little bit of this moisture get pulled back up into Texas, but no direct effects for us. The extended forecast, 92 Thursday, lower humidity, 92 Friday, and 92 Saturday. Sunday, we have that small chance of rain. So a hot stretch here through the weekend, but the payoff is there on Monday. 79, 40% chance of rain, and mostly clear, and 75, guys, on Tuesday.
Bravo, bravo. We approve.
Okay.
Thanks, Justin.
Yep.
And Halloween festivities are happening all around San Antonio, and Six Flags Fiesta Texas is offering one spooky experience.
Of course, we're talking about Fright Fest. Our meteorologist Sarah Spivey and Mia Montgomery, well, they went inside to give us a look.
They have a sneak peek at what you can expect. Take a look.
Hey everyone, meteorologist Sarah Spivey here and meteorologist Mia Montgomery, and we are at Six Flags Fright Fest. We're really excited. We're going to test out some haunted houses. Mia, this has become a tradition. Are you ready, girl? I think I'm ready, but we're going to find out for sure. Let's do it. Here's another door. He's behind me. It's behind me. It's pitch black. Go. We can do it. Pitch black. Oh, I hear screams. I see a child. There's something around the corner. There's something there. Oh my gosh. We got some lockers going on here. There are lockers. The prom date gone bad. Happy Halloween. intense. Yes, it was. It was fun, but it was very intense. They've done a fantastic job with everything out here. Absolutely. I'm really proud of you, Mia. Hey, guys, make sure to check out Fright Fest at Six Flags. It goes on through Halloween. They get you. They come out of nowhere.
Hats off to Mia and Sarah. Very, very scary out there. I don't think I would go.
No, not going to bring the family out there?
No, I used to be brave. I used to like that stuff. And the older I get, like now I'm a big chicken and I don't want to go anymore. No more. What about you, Max?
No.
No.
I don't think I would give them the reaction. As theatrical as that. That was great.
This was good.
Great job, guys. Yeah. Time now, just about 6:51, 73 degrees out.
Recent rising costs forced many to rethink where their dollars are going. Tomorrow on GMSA, we're going to tell you how you can help secure your finances in a very insecure financial world.
And taking a live look out at the Alamo City. There we go, 73 degrees. You see traffic out and about. We're going to have your full forecast and everything you need to know before you head out the door in just a few moments.
Good morning. We will begin with President Biden talking about the war in Ukraine and Vladimir Putin, and if he thinks he would really use nuclear weapons. We're going to have details on that interview. And an exclusive interview with embattled Georgia Republican Senate candidate Herschel Walker. This is his first network interview since those allegations came out about the former football player who paid for a former girlfriend's abortion. And it is Dwayne Johnson's takeover, the star of Black Adam, here to talk about the superhero movie and surprise one real-life superhero. You don't want to miss it on Good Morning America.
Bexar County Sheriff's deputies say angry words have led to violent actions. Good morning, I'm Katrina Weber. They say one man shot another during an argument. This happened after 9 o'clock last night in northeast Bexar County on a street called Oval Meadow. That's not far from Gibbs Sprawl and Walsham Roads. Deputies say that they were called there to a home, and they say they found out that two men had been arguing. They say at some point during that argument, one picked up a shotgun and shot the other in his belly. Now, the man who was wounded was rushed to a hospital by ambulance. Deputies took the other man into custody, and they say he will face charges. Reporting from downtown, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Katrina. All right, time check 6:55. Let's get one last look at the commute because things are getting going there at 37 at Jones Avenue. But be on the lookout. There is a crash that was reported here along I-10 eastbound there at East Houston. Already seeing that buildup, which is not a good sign this early in the morning. Gave our friends at TransGuide the heads up, so hopefully we can get a view of the conditions, but we'll watch the roads closely, Justin.
Stephen, thank you. We're in the 70s right now. It's going to be a warm day. 92 by 3 o'clock, 93 the high temperature today. There's a very small chance for shower or two with a frontal boundary tonight. That front does not cool us down, but it does take away some of the humidity. So 92 Thursday, 92 Friday. Warm weekend still, but some changes early next week. Hopefully some rain back in the forecast.
Look forward to next week. Thank you, Justin.
See you back here, 9 a.m.
Bye, guys.